The credits start to roll, and the hero turns to wave goodbye, same as always. Except tonight, he doesn't disappear. He steps out through a glowing doorway beside the TV, grabs a fistful of popcorn, and drops onto the couch right next to the youngest kid, settling in to watch with them. Nobody screams. Nobody even reaches for the remote. They just scoot over and make room, because in this house, that's just how Tuesday nights go now. We've all had a character like that, someone we followed for years, who somehow started to feel like family without us ever really noticing. And almost everyone's had the same daydream at some point. What if they were real? What if you could sit across from them, hear them laugh in the same room, spend one ordinary afternoon together like it was nothing special at all? It's the kind of thing you dream up as a kid and never quite stop dreaming, even as an adult, because it's never seemed like something that could actually happen. Except somewhere out there, people were already chasing a smaller version of that exact same wish. Not fictional characters yet, just two people trying to close the distance between two rooms. Engineers built booths where someone sitting in New York could appear, life-sized and three-dimensional, right across the table from someone in Tokyo. No headset, no glasses, nothing strapped to your face. Just a window of light shaped so precisely it looked like a real body was standing behind it, breathing, blinking, leaning in to listen. Around the same time, other teams were beaming performers onto stages as towering, glowing figures the crowd could walk clean around, cheer for, feel present with, even though the real person was thousands of miles away. Push that far enough, and distance stops being the point at all. If light can be shaped into something that convincing, why stop at people who are simply far away? Why not bring out someone who was never made of flesh to begin with? A presence built entirely out of imagination, given a body made of light instead of biology. That idea eventually took shape, not as a machine, but as something that looks almost alive. People call it the tail door. Imagine an archway about the height of a door frame, curved gently at the top, built out of a pale silver alloy, so smooth it looks worn soft by time. Inside the frame, there's no door at all, just a sheet of glowing turquoise light, still and clear as a lake at dawn, right before the first ripple hits it. Along the edge, tiny crystals are set into the metal, pulsing softly, shifting color like a slow, steady heartbeat. Get close enough, and the light doesn't feel cold or electric, the way you'd expect. It feels like standing at the edge of still water, right before someone breaks the surface from the other side, because that's exactly what it's for. Through this door, characters step out of the worlds they were born into. Cartoons, storybooks, old legends nobody remembers the origin of anymore, and walk straight into ours. They can stay an hour, a weekend, as long as they want. Eat with us, play with us, fall asleep on the couch with us halfway through a movie, and when they're ready to go, they just walk back through, and the light closes quietly behind them. Somewhere right now, a young woman's wheeling her suitcase through a terminal unlike anything you've ever stood in. Every gate here isn't a boarding tunnel. It's a tail door, each one glowing a different color, each one a window into a different world. At one gate, a little boy's wrapped in a long, tight hug, saying goodbye to a fox in a knight's cape, finally heading home after a 2-week visit. At the gate right next to it, a family's waving excitedly as a giant with impossibly kind eyes ducks his head low and steps through to meet them for the very first time. Somewhere overhead, an announcement echoes, a boarding call for a world, not a city. Nobody here looks amazed. They're just checking their tickets, making sure they don't miss their gate. Across town, a playground buzzes with the ordinary chaos of a Saturday afternoon. Kids race across the grass, breathless and laughing, and running right alongside them are the very characters who used to only live on their bedroom walls. A pirate captain pushes a swing set higher and higher, laughing louder than the kids on it. A dragon curls low to the ground so 3 kids can pile onto his back and pretend, just for a second, that they're really flying. A cartoon detective, magnifying glass and all, blows a whistle and calls a foul in the middle of a very serious soccer match. The parents sit nearby on the benches, sipping coffee, talking about the weather, not even glancing up. This is just what Saturday looks like now. Downtown, in the middle of a crowded plaza, a young woman in office clothes sits on the edge of a fountain, eating her lunch. Beside her, a forest spirit, moss draped loosely over her shoulders, antlers dusted faintly with pollen, reaches into the same paper bag and pulls out a piece of fruit, laughing quietly at something the woman just said. All around them, dozens of other people are doing the exact same thing, sharing a bench, sharing a sandwich, sharing an ordinary lunch break with someone who came from a story. Glass towers rise up on every side, catching the midday sun. Nobody looks twice. High above the clouds, a little girl sits perched on the shoulder of a giant, taller than any mountain in a storybook. He walks slow and steady along a ridgeline, and with every step, another valley opens up beneath them, waterfalls catching the light, forests floating impossibly on drifting islands of cloud. She points at every new thing that appears, gasping, tugging on his ear to make sure he sees it too. He's walked this ridge 1,000 times, but he never gets tired of watching her see it for the first time. Closer to the ground, another child laughs, both arms wrapped tight around the neck of a winged guardian, weaving through the sunset sky. They skim low over a river, catching the last colors of sunset, wave down to families relaxing on rooftop gardens as they pass overhead. She isn't flying because it's fast. She's flying because this is what coming home feels like now. Back in a quiet kitchen, a family gathers around the counter for breakfast. Their favorite cartoon chef spins between bubbling pots, flipping pancakes higher than the ceiling should reasonably allow, landing every single one perfectly on a waiting plate with a flourish nobody in the room even reacts to anymore. The kids don't cheer, they just sit there, half asleep, hungry, waiting, completely used to their mornings starting exactly this way. And in a backyard warm with late afternoon light, a little girl walks hand in hand with a fairy no taller than her own waist, a tiny watering can swinging gently between them. Wherever the fairy points, and wherever the girl tips the can, flowers burst open in slow, shimmering waves across the grass. Vines climb the old wooden fence right in front of them. Butterflies made of soft, drifting light lift into the warm air behind them. Step by step, the ordinary backyard is quietly turning into something none of the neighbors have found a name for yet. By the end of the day, the light over the tail door in that first living room dims down to a low, steady glow. Waiting, the hero finishes his popcorn, stretches, and gets up slowly from the couch. He hugs each of them goodbye, one at a time, the exact same way he does every single week. Then he steps back through the light, and the doorway closes quietly behind him, like water settling after a stone has passed through. The television is still playing the credits. The room goes quiet, but for a little while tonight, the story wasn't just something they watched from a distance. It was somewhere they got to live.